Welcome to the National Women's Fitness Academy podcast. We're here to talk about women's health, female hormones, body image, and all things health and fitness. Welcome back, guys, to the Women's Fitness Academy podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ellen. I'm also an educator for Women's Fitness Academy, as well as a binge and body image coach. And today I am here with one of the girls that I've made friends with here in Bali at CrossFit Wanderlust. And I'm always telling you girls, if you want to make friends, that is the gym to go to, even if you don't do CrossFit. So I met this girl when we were training, and I remember I was sitting in the cafe and I just looked out and I was like, damn, that girl's fit. Like, what? She's so strong and she's like so ripped and she's lifts so beautifully. I was like, I just have to talk to her. And then I started talking to her and now we're friends. So let me welcome Chanel from the UK. She lives here now, but she's a PT and gym owner, but living in Bali. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Of course, the pleasure is mine. Thanks for coming on. But yeah, like it's like I remember when we first talked, I was like, "Huh? You have a gym in the UK, but you live here. Like, how does that work?"
Oh, it's crazy. And you know, when you talk to loads of people in Bali, they all kind of have the similar, things that they're doing here as well. And and for me to be here is really amazing that I can still, earn an income while living in this on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity in like Bali and stuff.
Absolutely.
And the people.
Yeah, and the people.
And the food.
Yeah, and the food. The food is probably the best.
Yeah.
It's the food, the people, the weather.
Yeah, the weather's at the bottom.
Weather's been pretty crap lately, but hopefully it gets a bit better soon.
Yeah. We're very hot at the moment, though.
Yeah, almost. Stinking hot. So your gym is called the Toning Ground, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been running that?
So we've got two gyms. We've been running the first one for a few years, about 3. And then the second one is actually our newest one. And we opened that last February. But it was quite tricky because the first one, when we first opened it, we kind of didn't really know what we were doing, me and my fiance, as anyone does, we were kind of just fresh to it, and obviously I was the fitness part to it and he was more the business and the brains. So we came together and opened the gym. So yeah, as I was saying, we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah,
as soon as we opened,
it's like throw spaghetti on the wall, hope it's
it was all over the place. But after a few months of opening, we kind of found our ground with it, and people started coming in, and people really found that passion and buzz.
Yeah.
Because it's a women's only gym. And everyone was like, "Oh, okay." And in the area we opened it is Essex in the UK, and once it becomes like a trend sort of thing, everyone just jumped on it. But we opened that one, and then COVID hit.
Oh no!
Yeah, so it was like we were going to lose the business, or we need to think of something else.
Yeah,
because we were completely fucked.
Yeah,
and we were losing money. We could, it was completely shit.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then we was like, why don't we just get a new one? Buy a new studio, and it was a risk.
Oh wow! So you did that during lockdown. You bought a new studio.
Yeah,
that's ballsy.
While the vaccination thing wasn't even. They were trying to it wasn't even coming up yet.
Oh shit!
So they haven't even said do it. You know? So it was a really risk to take.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did it, and now it's bloody amazing, and we can live here because we took that risk. And it's great.
That's so cool. So you just have like coaches that work for you in those gyms, and then you kind of manage the coaches.
Yeah, we've got team that girls. Again, it's only women's only, so we've got girls, and all the girls are so trustworthy. They've been with us since day one, and they basically run the business for us, and we just kind of overlook it in the Bali. And we've got 2 managers. Including Liam and I, and it's great.
That's so good. I feel like that would be such a dream for so many people.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of gym owners in Australia who like they've opened the gym and then they're like, oh, I want to go online, so they close the gym.
Oh god.
So it's crazy. It's so nice to see that you have opened the gym and then you kind of hire the right people.
Yeah.
And then now you can still like profit from it.
Yeah. Took a while to get the.
Oh god. I can imagine.
as any other business does.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So good. So, have you always like been into fitness and stuff? Is that like your background?
Yeah, I've literally been into fitness since I was little. Like I was, when you're, like in school and like there's like a the teacher's pet girl when she was like in PE. That was me. Like I was like,
I can see that actually.
Shit. I was that girl. I was just like fuck maths. Oh no, and none of that. I was just that girl doing sports. I'd done athletics or dancing. Yeah. Anything, you name it.
Yeah.
And running and everything, and then I just kind of got into fitness after school. And then I was like, let's be a PT. And then I'd just done PT since I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
But how did you go from being a PT to opening a gym? Like, that's a massive commitment.
God, no, now you're saying it like that, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
How did I? So I did PT for a few years, and then I met my fiance.
Yeah.
And he was a broker at the time in London.
Oh, okay.
And I was, doing PT, and then he was getting a bit tired of his job.
Yep.
And wanted to do something bigger. And then the idea came into the head, and then was like, boom, let's do it. And then we just came together and just opened the gym.
Wow.
But he was, my fiance's got the brains with it, so I've got to give him credit for that.
I'm sure you have some other brains.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a brains. He kind of thought of the ideas of, the concept, and then obviously he didn't know nothing about fitness.
Yeah.
So that's where I came in and was like, all right, let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah.
Female boss.
Yeah, love that.
And yeah.
Wow. So have you always known that you wanted to do like girls gym only? Or why did you decide to do that?
Not at all. Funny question, actually. When he had the idea of women's only, and I was like, really? I was like, nah, that'd be silly. What? Because every gym is, mixed men and women.
Okay.
In Essex. And but there was no industry in the area for women's only.
Really?
None. Nothing. So we was like, let's do it.
Yes.
And then you get a lot of ladies in the gyms, like in the Essex gym where we are, and they're like afraid to go into that weight section.
Yep.
Because they don't know what they're doing, and also like they don't want men staring at them, or even anyone staring at them. Like, what's she doing? And you get a lot of that. So we was like, all right, let's take that as our, pitch, should we say? Like, okay, you want to feel comfortable in our gym in the dark. We have like lights. It's like a little rave in there. And we took that and made it into a gym, and it's become great.
Oh, that's so good.
All the ladies love it. Yeah. They're like, women's only? Oh my god. And they just freaking love it. And the staff is a woman as well, which makes it really good.
Yeah, I love that. It's so funny that there's no female-only gyms there. Because like where I used to live in Sydney or even in Newcastle, there was women's gyms everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everywhere. So it's weird that it's like not like, I guess those two suburbs that I lived in were very like fitnessy though.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they saw that there was like a demand for it. But like I personally really like training with men because I feel like it motivates me.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I can like completely see like because sometimes even if like Wanderlust is like the friendliest gym you basically ever go into, even that I've trained for like 10 years or something, I still feel a bit intimidated going into like the open gym area.
Oh, me too.
Because there's these big guys and they all have like no shirt on, like slamming around the barbell, like sweat everywhere. Yeah.
You feel a bit nervous to go over and just to grab something or excuse me.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm in your way. Yeah. And then everyone like. They're not staring, but they're definitely like noticing that you're there. Because there aren't that many women in that section.
Yeah.
And I did feel like that as well when I was going to normal gym, that you would, a lot of times it would just be like you as the only female or maybe one or two more people. And then guys would look because you're the odd one out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can definitely see how like people would feel a bit self-conscious, and especially when you're first starting out. Like if you don't know,
You know what you're doing.
yeah, like what is a squat drag? Like
What's the dumbbell? And even technique. You know,
that's so important.
It's so important for them to do it in the right way. And what we do in the classes is very small.
Yeah.
So it's not like, when you go to a normal gym. It's like Wonderlift, for example.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Oh my god. 100 people in class sometimes.
100 people. And it's difficult to get every single person doing the right technique.
Impossible.
Yeah. So what we do, we use that again. And we're like, our classes are 10 people max. And the reason for that is to make sure that you guys are doing the right technique and getting, the full experience of that trainer for your, the whole attention for the whole session. And yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. We're doing that.
Well, that's what people need though. 100%. And like, I really wished I would have gone to something like yours when I first started. But like something someone that would actually teach you to properly do it.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I'm just gonna go to the gym and like follow some random program that I saw in like a fitness magazine. Like,
I think I did that too.
I feel so many people start off like that, and that's when you like start with those bad habits that with your lifts. And once you've done that for a few months, like it's so fucking hard to train it out of you.
Yeah.
Ugh. So, yeah, that's amazing, and it's so good to see that you're so successful. So happy about that. Do you have any plans to opening up any more gyms?
You know what? In Bali, there's so much competition.
God, if new gym popping up on every block.
Exactly. Every time you turn, oh, that's new.
Literally.
I think we probably won't do it here.
Yeah, fair.
And maybe in the future we would like to do something else. But we're kind of just enjoying being present. Yeah. Being in Bali is just bloody amazing. Yeah. And we'll keep the businesses in London, and that's for now. I'm not in Bali, I think.
Yeah.
There's too much going on.
Yeah. But you're going back to the UK soon, aren't you? But just for like a few weeks, right?
Yeah, so we're going back for 5 weeks just to check on the business, check on family, and then we're getting married in January.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Just a civil wedding.
Yeah.
So we're going back for that.
Also, that one is in UK.
Yeah.
Because then you have like your big one here, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That one's going to be unreal.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy.
How's the wedding planning going?
It's going well, actually. We're trying not to do too much. We're trying to take one bit at a time. We just hired our wedding planner.
Oh!
Yeah. And we wasn't going to do it, but there's just so much going on.
Yeah, totally.
And I don't want to be stressed in order to, so I'd just rather hire someone.
Yeah.
So that's done. So now we've just got to take everything one by one, do the January wedding, and once that's done, then boom, go through the wedding. Stuff in August. So,
Is it August, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this is going to be absolutely amazing. That's not rain season here, is it?
No,
thank God. Thank God.
But it will be hot.
This rain has... it's killing my vibe, like...
Yeah, it's just not a vibe. When, there's no point going out in your hair in this weather. We're just going to be drenched.
Oh my God, yes, I can't believe your hair's so straight after being...
I know. It's actually quite thick at the moment.
So nice.
Oh
so
boy.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
So you're quite a busy woman with like all your gyms and stuff, and then all your training. You're training like an absolute machine. I'm actually.
So
when this podcast is out, we have done a competition against each other.
Oh gosh.
When I found out you were in, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake! Like, not that I care about winning or anything.
No, but you do.
But I'm still like, I'm still like, she's gonna smash me. But it's gonna be really fun.
I think everyone is just gonna be so competitive anyway. You gotta have a little bit.
Yeah. It's gonna be a very, very good day. So when this is out, you guys are gonna know who won.
Shit, I ain't game on.
No, it'll be a really fun day. So in Bali, I live in Canggu and Chanel lives in Uluwatu, which is like an hour away. So you train at Bamboo Fitness.
Yes.
Which is freaking the most stunning gym I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is beautiful. You can just go in there and like just look at it.
Yeah, and you know what? You can just chill.
Yeah.
Stand in the middle of the gym and just take it in. It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. Last time I was there was people who, they just came to the cafe to eat and drink coffee. I was like, oh, like you guys are having a drink. I'm like, no, food's so good here.
Pure vibes.
Damn, like it is really nice there.
So it's Wanderlust though.
Wanderlust is really good as well. I think I like Wanderlust for the community.
Yes, I agree.
And just how easy it is to meet people there. Like, it's nothing, especially now when they have like the big pool recovery area.
The pool part. Yeah. Oh, I haven't been to the recovery bit actually.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Do they have that at Bamboo?
No, they don't. No pool either. Yeah, but
maybe not a pool.
You
but
got the beaches.
Yeah, they're probably adding like an ice bath.
Yeah,
there. Like the ones that we used to have outside the gym. Yeah, they're probably doing something. Like
that.
Which is enough, I think. But yes, very excited for this competition. It's been the first in many years.
Yeah, I've never done one, so
really?
Wow. I've always wanted to, but I just shit happened, things happen, it just never happens. So
it's good to do a team of 3, I think. Like anyone who's listening who's doing CrossFit and wants to compete, like I would 100% suggest doing it as a team, either 2 or 3 or even 4 people. That's like I've done maybe. I've not experienced or anything, but maybe like 5 or 10, like something like that, competitions.
You've done 5 or 10?
Yeah, between like maybe 7 or something like that.
You'll be fine, you're gonna smash it.
Yeah, but this was like before I had all my injuries, so...
Stop, I see you. You smashed it. I see you this morning on her story. She was doing, what was it?
Butterfly
pull-up.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I'm good at.
Oh, yeah, teach me. I still can't do those. God damn it.
I'll teach you. But yeah, like, so the most of the ones that I've done are being the team, but then I did one individual one, and I fucking hated it because you have so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you're the only one on the floor, like...
Oh, God, butterfly must be going through the roof.
Oh my God, yeah, I did not like it. I mean, for some people might love it though, but for me, I was like, no, team is good. And also you get like so much more rest in a team.
Yeah, you're right. And it's not too much pressure, I guess.
No, exactly. Like, there's 3 of you. Like, there's not just one person it depends on. So someone else might fuck up as well.
Yeah, we'll be fine. If one fucks up, we're all fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really fun. And it also builds, like, a great, like, friendship as well with the people you compete with. So, no, it'd be really, really fun. But yes, you are also writing a book. Which I've seen on your story.
When you say like that, like, you know when like celebrities write books, like it's not like a book. It's just like for myself, like a journal.
Yeah, I was going to say like a diary or journal.
Yeah, that's it. That's the diary. Let's call it a diary. Chanel's diary.
How is that going?
Yeah, it's going really well. I haven't done it in a few days because I just came back from holiday, but I will get back into it.
From Bali.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's going well. I find it really helps me. Whereas I've been through a lot in my life, and I don't really talk about it. But being in Bali, you speak to so many people who've been through the same. And the good thing about Bali is so many people are quite open.
So open.
And it's quite, not shocking, but from back where I'm from in London, no one is like that.
Yeah.
And you just automatically, close yourself and you don't say absolutely anything. So coming here and finding that everyone's open, it kind of makes you want to be open. And I actually listened to a podcast from one of my friends, Kirsty, and she inspired me to, write my past.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I read every time I, write something. I read it to my fiance, and there's things where I've never even told him. He's like, "Wow, I've never known that about you. Like, why have you not?" I don't really like talking.
Yeah.
And even he gets me to read it out loud. I'm like, I'd rather not read it out loud. I'd rather you read it. But like, no, you read it. I'm like, oh, but by doing that, it kind of I just feel like a new woman when I read it out loud. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
it's a part of the healing process.
Yeah.
And like talking about it, like, I don't know if it's like a European thing or what it is, but so many people that I know from like England or Ireland or Sweden, like very brought up with like, you don't talk about your problems, like you keep everything to yourself, like just get up, get on with your day, like that's it.
That's it, yeah.
And
you said it.
Yeah, like that's literally what everyone's been told, but now, like you said, it's so nice to be here because like you can literally sit at a coffee shop and the stranger next to you will like tell you his whole life story, like whatever happened when they were a child, and you're like, wow, like if this stranger can be this open, like surely I can share like with my best friends or something.
I agree.
So it's so nice. I was just talking to my therapist about this yesterday. I was like, I feel like I've opened up so much more, which is so it feels so good,
it
right?
Does, yeah, it does. It feels bloody amazing. Even like I'm writing it down, I want to not share it more, but I want to like again not help people, encourage them to do the same.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what inspired you to go to start writing that? Like, what happened?
I can say a few things.
Just share as much as you feel.
It will help me a little bit.
I think so. And I think by you being open and vulnerable, it also gives other people the space to be the same.
Yeah. I've had a few things that's happened, but I'll probably just go through a small thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'd be here all night.
Whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
So, I was pregnant when I was 16, and the boy I was with at the time was like a drug dealer, so I didn't know and he didn't know. We were just smoking weed all the time. So it got pretty late into the pregnancy and I didn't know until my mother told me, she was like, are you pregnant? I went, fuck no. And at the time I was like, I was like, no way.
Oh my gosh, no way. How did she know?
She just knew. Yeah, and I think at my actions, like I was getting bigger, and that, obviously I've always been into sport. Yeah. So I've never been quite. It's not normal for me to be quite big. Yeah. And my boobs were getting bigger, and I was just lazing around. So she told me to do a test, and I did, and it was positive. And I remember just kind of running out the house and crying my eyes out for a few hours, and then I came back. But luckily my mum was pretty supportive. But the hard thing was about it as well, I didn't know, and we had to hide around my house because I couldn't tell, my mum told me not to tell my dad or my brother. So I'm living in the house with my mum and my dad and my brother, but only my mum knows. So, and I'm going to school, so I'm doing my GCSEs at the time. Yeah. So I had to go to school and live at home without telling anyone.
Why didn't she want you to tell them?
I think my dad would have got no shit. Like any other dad would, but my dad's pretty strict. Yeah. A bit too strict. So, yeah, I think it was a better idea for him not to know, and still to this day he doesn't know. Oh. Yeah, but another thing I'm writing in my diary is when I do get home in UK in a few weeks, I probably will tell him. Yeah. Just to clear the air. Yeah. And so I will tell him. So yeah, I had to go for an abortion at the age of 16. I think I was 17 or 18 weeks.
Wow, that's almost like borderline of not being able to do it, isn't it?
So I was too late to take the abortion pill. So I had to go through the operation, the surgery thing. Oh, wow. Where they,
scrape it up.
Yeah. And at the age of 16 it was
I cannot
really horrible. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was, I was too young to know what, everything. It was really hard. I couldn't tell anyone either. Yeah. So I had to try to do my GCSEs at school, but while going through this, and I think that kind of traumatised me a little bit. And even like now, I find it hard talking about kids or being pregnant. There's just something in my mind that's I always feel uncomfortable. Yeah. And then there's a few things that my mum as well, our relationship, I struggle with. I pushed my parents away.
When this happened, or what did it happen?
After the abortion, yeah. I don't know, I feel like something's happened over the years after the abortion. Yeah. I just kind of, my mind went a bit all over the place. Yeah. And I just ended up pushing my mum and dad away. I don't know why. Maybe when I was younger something happened.
Probably a defence mechanism.
Yeah. So I kind of lost... I haven't lost a relationship. It's still there, but I just push her away. She's a bit too much. She had a lot of issues, and I just find it hard to relate with her or talk to her. But that's a very sensitive topic. I don't really like talking about because it really makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. But even writing it in my diary, I find it hard to write about it. Or I'll just like, leave it. But yeah, and there's a few other things, but that's probably the main thing, really.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that you had to go through that. That must have been so hard, for anyone, but as a 16-year-old, like, that's insane. Like, you're literally still a child.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy, and then not having anyone to really talk to. Like, did you go to a therapist or anything after that?
When I think I was 17, I went to a therapist because I was depressed.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell anyone at the time. It's actually one of my clients. I saw I was a PT.
Oh.
One of my clients, and I opened up to her about everything, and she was like, "You need to tell your parents you're depressed and what you're feeling and stuff like that."
Yeah.
So I did, but I just found that going to a therapist, maybe I went to the wrong person, but I just felt like it made me feel worse. Yeah, I felt like I was opening up so much, and I was like, shit, like, I've got all these issues, and I'm like, obviously my anxiety was making me feel worse, because, you know, when you think about something and it just turns 1,000 times worse. So, like, in my mind, I'm thinking this, and then, I just feel like, God, am I that bad? So I just stopped going, and yeah. But I do find some therapists help, but I think I should probably do the wrong one.
Yeah, like, there's definitely, not everyone is going to be the right for you. Like, I went to, like, a psychiatrist, like, during lockdown, and, like, just doing Zoom calls, and I was like, literally not relate to this person at all. She was, like, a 65-year-old lady, and I was like, here I am, want to talk about, like, all the guys that I've slept with, and I was like, don't really feel comfortable talking about this here.
Yeah, you just need to find that connection.
Yeah.
God, poor old lady.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, she's gonna have nightmares. No.
How many?
No, but then I found the one that I go to now. So like, definitely don't give up hope. Like, I would definitely make sure you do talk to someone, because when you are going through so much trauma and so many different things, like, I know when everything went down with me and my ex, I was kind of similar to you. Like, I was pushing everyone away. I didn't want to talk anything about it, and I was very scared of talking about it, because I felt like if I would, it was like opening up like the floodgates, and I just thought I'm never going to be able to shut them again. And if I start talking about it, I'm always going to be sad. I'm always going to be anxious and depressed and all this. But eventually, the flood kind of just like goes to like a little drizzle. But I think it's so important to just get all that shit out there. Yeah. Because otherwise it's stuck in your head.
Fuck with your head.
Yeah. So like what you're doing right now, I think is amazing, that you're putting like words onto a page. Because journaling is so freaking powerful.
Yeah, God. I didn't even know about it until I got to Bali.
Yeah.
I knew about it, but like, it wasn't a thing.
Exactly.
In London, you know, everyone's the same in London. You know, 9 to 5, everyone kind of hates their job and they just get fucked on the weekend and repeat,
yeah.
You know, and over here it's just so different.
Oh, and everyone is so into like self-development.
Yeah.
Like even like guys that look like party guys.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm reading like this book, but it's like how to be a better man. Like I was like, what the fuck?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Like there's Swedish people, like not everyone of course, but like a lot of both. Like anyone back home really, it's like if you go to a therapist, you're broken, like you're depressed.
Yeah.
Or like journaling, like
what the fuck is that?
It's not just like the little girls. Like I remember I had like a journal with a horse on it and like a little lock that I wrote as I was a young girl. It was like, today I went to school and like this poem was mean to me. But now it's a bit deeper. Like so I started journaling as well when I got here. Not to the point where it's like ever turn into like a book or anything like that.
Yeah, no, it's not a book.
Mine is literally like, hello, or like, grateful. Today I'm grateful for blah, 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 or like, today I'm stressed, and like, why am I stressed, and like, what's going on in your head and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's so nice to like, being able to put something on paper and then you can read it, like what you're doing for your partner.
Yeah.
And then kind of be able to go back to that situation and look at it as like an adult and see it for what it actually is.
Yeah.
Because when we're kids, we just like, everything is sucked up.
Yeah.
And we think that everything is so much worse than it actually is.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've worked with my therapist, Anita, which also has an episode on this podcast. Make sure you listen to that. It is really good. It's amazing. But something we always work on is like, okay, well, if you feeling not good enough now, that goes back to you not feeling good enough as a young child.
Yeah.
So when you're not feeling good enough now, it's because you're seeing that little girl,
Yeah.
but you're not the little girl anymore. You are actually good enough. Like because you're like a 30-year-old woman. Like
Yeah, you get food throwbacks from the little girl. I do understand what you're saying.
yeah, so it's really important. But journaling definitely does help with that kind of stuff. How many pages do you think that you've written?
I've actually counted. Every time I finish a chapter or whatever, I kind of look back. I think I've done about 20 so far, but I don't do it as much. Well, I haven't done it in a week. But when I write, I just the pen just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. Like,
it is
my hand starts cramping up. I'm like, fuck, I need to stop, have a minute. But it's amazing I'm not even thinking about what I'm writing. It's just because I've kept a lot in for so many years. The pen just writes and I'm just keep going and going. It's quite amazing, actually.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you're doing it because it sounds like you definitely do need to like get it out of your system. So like maybe this is like your first step towards like a proper like full healing circle.
100%.
But yeah, that is so good. Do you think that you'll ever like let other people read it?
I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know, it's a tough one actually. I would like to share it, but I'll probably, I don't know, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the long run I would like to share, but for now I think it's just for me to get it off my chest and understand what I've been through and then how I can heal. Yeah. Because obviously I'm going to be a wife soon. I want to be the best wife, and I need to, just realise what I've been through and kind of just work on myself before, my future happens, before I have kids maybe. Yeah, totally. And stuff like that. And yeah, pretty much.
No, it's so true though, and I think that so many people think that once they get married and once they have a boyfriend or fiance or whatever, all the problems are going to go away. Yeah. But the reality is that no person or no place or not losing or gaining any weight is going to make any difference.
It's still going to be
exactly
in your body, I guess.
Yeah, like you still have your trauma that you went through when you were little. If you haven't dealt with that, like it doesn't matter what you do, that's always going to be there until it's actually been dealt with. Yeah. So like this might be like your first step to like recovery like that.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, I think that's amazing, and I think it's so nice as well that you are sharing with your partner because I think he probably like really appreciates that as well, and I'm sure that like makes your relationship stronger too. Yeah,
even coming to Bali, it's made our relationship so much better because in London we're just working constantly. Yeah. And then obviously I knew I had a few issues anyway. Yeah. And so he knew about them, but I didn't really. Nothing came up because we were just, in our routine, work. Yeah. Until we came to Bali, it started just coming up. Yeah. I just think this, again, I've spoken to so many people in Bali and it just says Bali is so spiritual. Yeah. And it just brings up everything for you to heal. And that is bloody true. So if you're listening to this, it is true. So that's what I've experienced. Yeah. All my shit is coming up and I just need to heal. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And like when you hear, because like you said, when you're in London, you're so busy, you're constantly like ding 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 ding. So you're always keeping like distraction on your mind. And then here, you have so much spare time to do nothing. Yeah. And that's when you get all the thoughts coming, because they're not just gonna go away. They're always there, but we get so good at making like distractions for ourselves, working and hanging out with friends, training and. Hell yeah.
Like literally. There's so many things that we do all the time, and then when we're not doing anything, it's like that's when it all hits us. So yeah, it's definitely a good place to be for that kind of reason. But I remember like when I first moved here, the first few weeks, that's basically what happened to me. I just got hit with all of the stuff that I had been avoiding in Sydney. God. And it's fucking hard. Like it's so difficult, and you think there's something wrong with you, and like
crying. I was crying. Yeah,
questioning like the decision to move here.
Me too.
I was like, maybe I should go back to Sydney. Like maybe I'm not happy here.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming. I would say.
So overwhelming, and because you don't know like that many people here, and
ride the bike. I didn't know how to fucking ride a bike. That was stressing me out too.
Oh my god, especially like the first few days when I had my bike and I had to, the crossing at Wanderlust.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I got stuck earlier.
Fuck. So there's at the Wanderlust gym. There's is it 3-way? Yeah, 3-way crossing.
Yeah, absolutely mental.
It is absolute mental. Like people, there's like a police officer standing in the middle.
He did shit.
I have no idea. Nothing. How does he not get hit? Like I don't know. People. Anyway, I was having, every time I had to drive past, I had so much anxiety. Like the first 2 days, I could barely sleep because I was like, I have to drive past this fucking crossing tomorrow. Like I'm so scared.
You couldn't sleep.
Yeah. I had so much anxiety. My heart was like, because you know how busy it gets. Like, oh my god,
it's very crazy. Yeah.
Like now it's nothing because we've been here for so long.
It's easy peasy.
Yeah,
you're a local.
Oh god, yeah, now you go up on the sidewalk.
Yeah, you go screaming. Excuse
me! yeah. Now you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But when you first move, like, oh my god, it's so scary and overwhelming with the traffic. I've never even been anywhere where it's like traffic like this. What did you think of Vietnam? Because you just came back from Vietnam as well.
That's worse, man.
Did you think it was worse?
It was. We didn't
actually, Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City or whatever it's called. It is freaking crazy there, I think.
Have you been?
Yeah. It is crazy there.
We've got cabs everywhere.
Yeah, oh god, I don't blame you. And it's just because the roads are so much bigger as well.
Yeah.
That's what, because here, every road it's basically a 2 or 1-way street, and then sometimes there's 2 or 3 cars on there.
Yeah, but in Saigon, there's like 10 lanes in one lane, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'm trying to explain it. You kind of need to see it.
And everyone goes like so fast as well.
Yeah.
And I remember there was this one crossing where there was actual traffic lights, and they're like, oh yeah, you can, like, their walking man came up and like, started walking, and everyone started fucking going. I was like, ah!
That's one thing I didn't like.
And that was our first Asian country as well.
Oh,
the first experience of Asia, we were like, is it gonna be like this? Like, what is this? Oh, it was nuts.
It's a nightmare crossing that.
Oh my gosh,
If you survive, you survive.
Yeah. It's basically just like, hopefully I can make it to the other side of the street.
Oh dear.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So what's next for you then? Do you have any gym goals or training goals or work goals? Obviously you're getting married, so you're already taking a big list from the list.
It's a good question. I think maybe towards the end of the year, me and my fiance sit down and we kind of write our goals for the next year. But
I love that.
We've got a few ideas. Obviously, we're going to be married, husband and wife, so we couldn't do everything together.
Yeah.
But for me, my training probably is just to be the best I can. With CrossFit, I want to develop and become better and just try. Like, CrossFit is just a hard sport.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn. I just want to keep learning. So that would be my next thing, just to step up, just level up, basically.
Yeah.
And again, as I said earlier, I just want to be the best wife I can. And then eventually kind of not overcome my fear, that's a good word for it, but I want to be able to be comfortable to take that next step to have kids.
Yeah.
And my anxiety, I want to work on myself more, spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. Because that's important. If I can't fix that, then I can't do anything.
No, I agree.
And I've only realised that now. That's my next thing, really. I would say the main thing is working on myself.
But it's so nice that you have realised that. Like, God, I've known people who are like 50, 60, 70 years old.
Yeah.
And they still have no idea why they feel like shit all the time.
Yeah.
And like, look, we all start somewhere. So I think it's amazing that you have started writing and then you agreed to come on this podcast and talk about it as well. Like, that's a huge step, talking about it on a podcast.
Yeah.
So you should be very proud of yourself for that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to cry after that. I'm joking.
You're more than welcome to cry. Sometimes we have people who cry, so that's fine.
Really?
Yeah. But it's just a matter of, like, what everyone's comfortable with. And, like, I think that the key to growth is like doing things just outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So like not going too far, because then it's going to be too overwhelming and you won't do it at all. So just doing like step by step and be like, okay, this is my comfort zone. What is like something that is comfortable, but I can still see myself doing it. Or uncomfortable, but I can still see myself doing it. And then you just keep pushing that limit all the time. So now you talked about it in a podcast, like maybe,
hell yeah,
like next time, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever the next step is gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
But I think it's inspiring for people to hear about that as well, because it is freaking like scary to talk about your feelings, and like, we're so scared of like being judged.
Oh
and,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like, and like not, like you said, like not being able to be happy again, and like always feeling like shit, like. Yeah,
I think maybe also people think because I'm so young, I've just turned 24, but I know I'm living in Bali and I've got my fiance and I own 2 gyms.
Yeah.
People just think I'm automatically amazing, but really, you know, you've got to. Everyone's got something, or everyone's been through something. You know, you just don't judging again. It's just a bit. Everyone judge.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be judged too much.
No. Everyone has baggage, and like you never know what the other person's going through. Like I definitely did not know like any of this.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really know what to expect. But I'm always open to have a proper conversation, and like for me it's also really hard to be open and talk. So it's good that we're like practicing on each other. Yeah. No, I think it's nice, and it is a good reminder for people that like start with something that the simplest step that you can do in your recovery journey, whatever it is that you're struggling with. Like if it's like, it could be anything. It could even be like something in the gym that you struggle with, and you just want to start doing some new lift or whatever. Like it could
do it.
Yeah,
it's your sign to do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You just need to start. Everyone starts somewhere. Like no one starts off being a professional at talking about feelings or lifting in the gym or knowing everything about nutrition. Like everyone has like obstacles they have to go through. So, but you're going back to England, so you're taking on PT clients when you go?
Yeah, so I'm going to go do some clients, keep myself busy, because I haven't been doing PT since I came here. Have like, obviously, what should I say? It's been lovely.
Yeah.
Obviously still working through the gym. Yeah. But I'm going to do a few clients, see a few friends, keep myself busy, pretty much socialise.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be weird going back. But yeah.
Yeah, how long's it been now since you've been back?
It'll be 6 months in December.
Oh my god, and you're gonna go from like steaming hot to freezing cold.
I'm not looking forward to that. That's probably the worst thing. Like,
do you even have
I hate
clothes?
No. You know what? We're basically like not homeless, but like not. We have no clothes. We literally got no clothes. Yeah. Like even now, we just wear the same clothes. But Bali's like that.
Yeah. Oh my god, I know. Especially, I think us gym girls, literally all we wear is like a crop top and like tiny little shorts. That's
great. That's a Bali life. That's a Bali start pack.
I know. It literally is. Like tonight I'm going for gym and I'm like, should I wear something nice? Nah, I just wear
just chuck on.
I just wear this. It's fine. I can rock up in a bikini.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna care anyway.
No one cares.
I've seen people on bikini in a nightclub, so.
Oh really?
Chichi.
Oh, Chichi. No. Really?
Yeah, well, you know,
that's sushi for you.
Girls can get in with anything. If you're a guy, it's a little bit butcher.
That's hilarious.
I was like, you go, girl. You rock that bikini.
You rock it, girl. Oh boy.
Well, we're coming up to the end of the podcast now, so I just wanted to thank you again so much for coming on. It's been such a pleasure and so nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
But before we go, where can the listeners find you if they wanna connect with you, or are you taking on like clients or anything like that you wanna plug?
Oh, okay.
plug away. This is yours.
Yeah. If you ever want to like talk about anything, or about opening a gym or anything, or talk about journaling or anything like that, you can find me on Instagram. It's cmk.fitness.
We will link at that in the handle as well.
Yeah. Okay, and then what was it you said as well?
Or if they wanna like
PC. Oh yeah, clients. Yeah, of course. Yeah, drop me a message.
You do online as well?
I do a few.
Yeah.
But it's my existing clients in
right.
in London. Yeah, because I just need a little bit of advice through the gym. But yeah, I'm open to anything really. Whatever comes my way.
Amazing. Yeah, exactly. This is what the universe will throw at me.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm sure the listeners will get a lot out of this episode. But yeah, guys, as usual, please take a screenshot and share in your stories. Tag myself, tag Chanel, tag Women's Fitness Academy. We love connecting with you and seeing what you thought. And it honestly just, like, whenever someone does that, I'm like, yay! Like, I have a face to the person to listen, because sometimes I forget, like, I don't really check the statistics, whoever listens, but like, if someone like shares it, I'm like, yes, at least one person listens.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, thanks guys so much for listening, and make sure you check out the other episodes that we have as well. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.